The conclusion of the Battle of Gods saga is finally over, and Dragon Ball Super goes on to new horizons. Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm going to be your host, Blackenfist, and this is my review of episode 14 and 15 of Dragon Ball Super. Episode 14. One of the first things, of course, this is how the episode starts, with the continuation and the conclusion of Goku and Beerus' fight, and hands down, this is the best fighting that I have seen so far in Dragon Ball Super, and quite honestly, it brought a relief to me that it could be this good. It had been good before, but this honestly was great. This, I think, is a good step forward for Dragon Ball Super, but one thing that I just got into my mind while I was, after I saw the whole thing, and I thoroughly enjoyed the fight in this episode, obviously the best action in the whole series, but the thing is, like, why couldn't they do some of that in the other episodes? I feel like, who knows, maybe they were just saving this for the last thing, but definitely some of the best action, not some of the best action in the entire series. Now, of course, as I expected, the conclusion was a little bit different than Battle of Gods, which quite honestly was expected and kind of welcomed. Obviously, another thing that I really enjoyed in this episode, and of course I've been saying it in previous reviews, is Sumitomo's score. That score has really grew on me already. I am completely on board with his score. His score really brings like a grand scale to all these fights, and honestly it fits perfectly with this fight because this fight is very different from any Dragon Ball fights, considering a lot of it takes out in space and it just has this grand, space-like atmosphere, and Sumitomo's score perfectly complements it. All in all, I think it was a great conclusion. The only thing that I might say that was a little bit, on the so-so side was the ending, the complete ending of the whole thing where Beerus just pretends to fall asleep. All in all, it's probably one of the best episodes in Dragon Ball Super, but then we have episode 15. Now, while I was watching episode 15, I could not help but have an enormous grin on my face. The star of this episode, of course, is Mr. Satan, and him convincing everyone it was him who beat the God of Destruction, or Beerus, how he pronounced it, because he couldn't remember me. But I absolutely loved this episode. This episode just reminds me of why I absolutely loved the character of Mr. Satan. I always liked him. Some people are annoyed at his antics. I love it, and for people who like Mr. Satan, they're gonna enjoy this episode. And as I was watching this, I felt like the weight of Battle of Gods, that whole story arc, has finally been lifted, and I could enjoy this just a little bit more just because I didn't know what was gonna happen. And I don't want to get too much into this because I will do another video about it, but I just feel that starting off Dragon Ball Super on this foot, on starting it off with the Battle of Gods stuff, honestly was not the greatest decision, and this episode proved that to me. And the reason it did is because I was hooked on every single second. I was like completely absorbed in it because I didn't know what was going to happen. I couldn't really say that about the Battle of Gods saga stuff, because even though I enjoyed it, I wasn't like a freaking dog just waiting to get fed. Like, I was just like one of those Dragon Ball fans, like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like, I don't know. And that's the feeling I got from this episode. And to be honest, even though 14 might be, much more of a favorite episode, quite honestly, I enjoyed episode 15 much more for those reasons that I just stated. This episode had just a very episodic type plot, meaning it was resolved at the end of the episode, where Mr. Satan gathers a press conference to talk about his awesomeness. And of course, man, that Super Saiyan and Mr. Satan gotta be one of the greatest things I've seen. And of course, oh, by the way, Master Roshi's got that HD TV. He's definitely upgraded his home entertainment system. And then, of course, in grand, Mr. Satan type antics, aliens come down to congratulate whoever beat the God of Destruction, and of course they challenge him to a fight. In summary, I think this was a pretty good episodic plot, even though I enjoyed it a lot more than most people, and I'm actually looking forward a lot more to the next episode, since it looks like it's going to be some ridiculousness all around, with like a flashback of Goku and Krillin's training, Whis getting invited to dinner or something, and then something about Vegeta being a cook. I mean, sounds great already. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel as you will get the next episode review as soon as it comes out. But until next time, guys, I'll be Blackenfist, and I'm out, man.